Okay, hi guys. I'm excited for today's video because we're doing something a little bit different. Basically, I've been hearing a lot about AI's ability to write crochet and knit patterns. Obviously, have very complicated feelings about that, but I wanted to go ahead and put it to the test because I really don't know like how good it is. If it is really good, we might be in trouble. But I went ahead and took one of my most popular patterns, my cupcake ruffle skirt, and I just put a photo of it in here and said, like, write a crochet pattern for this. And I'm gonna follow what they have here and we can kind of compare it to the actual pattern and see how accurate it is. I picked this pattern because it does have some more, I guess, like construction elements to it, right? Like there's a waistband and different layers. I felt like putting something really basic just wouldn't be as informative for the test. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, we're not off to a great start because the way that they do the waistband is not correct. But let me show you the yarn that we're gonna be using. I usually do this pattern in like two kind of complementary colors. And I always make things in blue. I know I do. I have done this specific pattern like originally in pink for the bolero, for the matching top, and for the short version of the skirt. And then I did a kind of like white-ish light blue version of the cupcake ruffle top and the longer skirt. So I wanted to mix it up this time, but I looked through my yarn stash and like, I just feel like this pattern only looks good in like pale-ish colors. I was like, maybe I should do it in this kind of like darkish green, but I feel like it's just gonna look like seaweed. So I have two hobby yarns. This is the Hobby Divina, it's a baby alpaca, and this is their kid silk. This pattern basically uses like one thicker yarn for the waistband and the edges of the ruffles, and then like a lace weight mohair. I mean, it doesn't have to be mohair, but like a thinner yarn for the kind of like meshy part of it, you know? So this is telling me to chain, join to form a ring. And yeah, it's basically having me just like work the waistband in the round, whereas in the actual pattern, it's like a ribbed waistband that I work like this direction and then connected to a loop. So that's already not right. And I'm kind of surprised I didn't get that right because I really tried to pick a photo where you could like see the ribbing pretty clearly. So I guess this version of the skirt is gonna have no ribbing. I'm not gonna follow it exactly. Like if the sizing is completely off or something is like fundamentally incorrect, I will make adjustments because I don't want to put a bunch of work into making like something fuggly, you know? It's also recommending a 4mm hook for the whole project. That will work for the lace weight. I don't think it's big enough for this thicker yarn, so I'm gonna go ahead and size up the hook just for the sake of actually being able to do it. I don't know, I'm gonna go ahead and get this started. Oh, and I'm still at home in California, as you can probably tell. So there's gonna be less exciting New York content in this video. It's really just gonna be me in my bed or me in my living room and then me eating dinner with my mom every day because my dad left a few days ago to go to China and see his mom, and then we're gonna meet him in China in a few weeks. I'm curious to see how this turns out, and I hope this doesn't end up being like a huge waste of my time and yarn.不是10年前的事情。
What's new? No, it's pop drops. I think it's rose pepper. 对呀，你的效率还不错呢，已经吃完了。Okay guys, so far, AI has not really been cooking, I'm gonna be honest. A few things.
First of all, they told me to use like one weight of yarn for the whole project when it's obviously a thicker yarn and a thinner yarn, so I just kind of ignore that. They had me chain 84. It's interesting because they gave me like size and measurements for the skirt that are actually fairly accurate, and I'm like, how do you look at a photo of me and know my measurements? But they had me chain 84. I took off a few stitches because it was just like way too big. Because for this skirt, I really try and make the waistband like, it just has to stretch to fit over your hip so that you can put it on. So I try and make it like as small as possible so that you don't have to elasticize it as much to make it fit the waist. And then for the mesh part, I was so confused what they were telling me to do. They basically weren't having me increase at all. They just wanted me to work like straight down. And that wouldn't have been a skirt, that would have just been a tube. So I kind of had to ignore that for the purposes of not making a mesh tube. So you can see I did increase a little bit so that we have like some flare, but they have me working a double crochet chain 2 mesh. And I'm very confused by this because I feel like it's very clear from the photo that I was just working rows of triple crochet, and there's not like space between the stitches. So I don't know why they have me working this like waffle stitch. I mean, it's not ugly, it's just very impractical. Okay, popping in really quickly because this video and talking about my pattern got me thinking about one of the most commonly asked questions I get, which is how did you get into freehanding or designing your own patterns? In the past, I've been admittedly very unhelpful. I've just been like, oh, I always freehanded, I never really followed patterns. But upon more reflection, a lot of it is looking at a garment and breaking it down into different elements and learning those skills. And a really helpful resource for this is Craftsy. They are also sponsoring today's video. I've mentioned them a million times. They're my go-to resource for all things creative. So many courses, videos, patterns, obviously on crochet and knitting, but also things like embroidery, cake decorating. So if we take my cupcake ruffle skirt, for example, I started off by saying I want a ribbed waistband, and I looked up how to crochet ribbing. And I said I want a ruffle trim on the tiers, so I looked up how to crochet ruffles. Like, these are things I had to learn. But what I love about Crafty's courses is they don't just show you one way to do something. For example, how to crochet ribbing taught by Shannon Lee Rudin walks you through a bunch of different crochet ribbing techniques and really helps to compare and contextualize them. I've also been trying more advanced knitting. And when it comes to new skills like short rows, selvage stitches, different cast-ons, I so prefer Crafty's videos over YouTube tutorials because it's not just showing me one way to do it, it's really helping me understand conceptually what these skills are so that I understand it well enough to include it in my own patterns eventually. So if you've been feeling a bit stunted or just not motivated to learn new skills, I would really recommend checking out Craftsy. If you click the link in my description down below, you can get a full year premium membership for only $1.49. It is valid for new members only. I know a lot of you have already signed up for Craftsy. Trust me, just try it and you will thank me later. I think, because I don't want to make an entire skirt that like I then have no use for, and it's mohair, so it's going to be like a bitch to undo. So I think I'm gonna make it like a really mini skirt, like too short to wear on its own, but have it be one of those cute little skirts that you like layer over pants. You guys know I love skirt pants, dress over pants. And so have it be like an intentionally see-through, just little ruffly like accessory kind of piece, because I don't know, I don't wanna make something entirely useless. So if it looks like the first tier is a little bit short, that's why. Well, I did how many, they told me to do 7 rounds and I did 7, so that's the first tier. And then I'm very confused about what they're telling me to do for the ruffle. They're saying to do 3 double crochet in each of these chain 2 spaces. And I don't know why they're telling me to double crochet, because again, I feel like from the skirt it's very apparent that I use a single crochet. Wait, no, the other crazy thing is they want me to do 3 rounds to make the ruffle. That means the ruffle is gonna be like so long. I don't know, if you look at the original skirt, it's very much just like a little ruffly trim. I don't know why they want me to make it so thick. I'm gonna try what they're telling me to do, but I might just do 1 round of the double crochet because I don't want this skirt that has like the chunkiest ruffle ever. Anyway, I feel like this video is not gonna be that long because honestly, like, this is working up really freaking quickly, and I don't want to work on it that long because I can already tell I'm making not exactly the cutest thing ever. I'm filming a Q&A with my mom this afternoon, but I don't think I'm gonna work on this Because I feel like without context, you guys are going to be like, why are you making a botched version of your skirt pattern? So I have this other knit project that I'm freehanding. I actually have no idea what I'm making, but I might work on this. And then this I'll just work on, I don't know, later tonight. Honestly, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. I really thought that this would be useful for figuring out construction. I knew the exact stitch counts probably wouldn't be right, but I thought that they would like more or less be able to tell you the construction of the garment. And I'm just like so baffled that they looked at that and thought that there were no increases into the skirt portion. Because I feel like I can look at a photo of a crochet thing and pretty easily know how it was made. And I guess I was under the impression that maybe AI had adopted those skills, but they have absolutely not. Ready to go eat lunch?
No.
Mm-hmm.
In the beginning of recording, I was in the background.
那也没问题，只要我在家。You want to say hi?
You're still?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. Where I can
你
you
在
see?
这。Okay, let's go.
I'm here.
Oh.
I'm here.
Oh.
Blow a kiss.
Okay.
I've been around, but I can't get you out of my head. Try to stray, try to forget, but the thoughts, they seem to drown me instead. I've always wondered what
very
it
fast.
takes to
What? Whoa! That's so big. The tacos aren't too big, right?
No, they're not.
I can't get a good grip on this line.
Got me feeling this way. Every minute, every hour I spend is on you every single day. I've always wondered what it takes to fill this empty void inside. Something about ya makes me wanna be with you for a long time.
Okay, first off, look at this cute little dress. It's my mom's like old vintage dress that I found in my closet. I just like cinched it in the back with a hairband because it's a little bit big. I really needed to stop wearing that one pair of track pants with different tops. Any of my videos filmed at home, that's quite literally the only thing I'm wearing. Anyways, this is how the skirt's looking. And you might be thinking, that's pretty cute. My mom saw it and she was like, that's cute. AI is kind of doing a good job. And I'm like, no, I'm salvaging what AI told me to do because I don't want to make something fug. Basically, for the ruffle, they wanted me to do like the 3 double crochet in each chain 2 space, right? Which equals no increases. Like they want me to make a tube so badly. And if you aren't familiar, like the way you get a ruffle is by like increasing basically the width, and that's what gives you the folds. It did end up working out because I'm using 2 vastly different weights of yarn. Because this yarn is so much thicker than the mohair, I did what they told me to do and it formed like kind of a ruffle. My pattern is definitely like a rufflier ruffle. And then I originally only did 1 round, right? Because that's like my pattern has like a bit of a thinner border ruffle to it, but they had me attach the second tier onto the inside edge of this first ruffle. Like in my pattern, you start the tier like 1 row up from the mohair. So you would start the second tier on the inside from like up here, but they had me start it from here, which meant that like the single row ruffle I had made kept like flipping up instead of like going down. So then I was like, okay, I guess I'll make the ruffle longer. I did 2 rounds. I was not going to do the 3rd round they wanted me to do because I feel like that would just look crazy. And it's not, yeah, it's looking fine. It's looking very waffly, but it's looking fine. It's getting kind of long, honestly. Like once I have the 3rd tier on it, it'll be too long for that original like skirt over pant purpose that I had in mind. But let's be honest, I'm probably not going to wear this anyway. So I don't know. Maybe one of you will want it and I'll list it on my website and you can buy it. I'm also annoyed because I'm almost out of both these yarns. So I have to start like a new ball. And I'm like, why am I using this gorgeous yarn on this shit? I don't know. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. I don't know. I'm just so baffled why like ChatGPT doesn't understand the concept of increases. I just feel like a skirt going out, like more fabric, is such a fundamental construction concept to me. I'm confused how they are like getting some things right. Well, actually they haven't really gotten anything right, but I'm confused how they missed that mark. Cause I thought that was gonna be a given, but alas. Yeah, so I'm gonna crank out the third tier. I have lunch with my friend and then it's my last night here in SoCal, so I want to go to the beach and see the sunset with my mom. So I'll crank out the third tier, and then once I'm back home, I can show you this skirt versus like the actual version, my pattern. You know that clip of Alex Consani in the chicken shop date where she's like speaking alien?
I don't like that. I feel like I already gave alien.
I can't stop doing that as like a vocal stim. Sorry, I'm getting very off topic. I'm gonna finish this and show it to you side by side with the OG, and that'll make it more clear what the differences are. And I guess I will crochet some elastic thread into the waist because I don't like the look of a drawstring, and it's low-key a bit humongous.
Camera.
Yeah.
Is it
It's a video. I don't.
video? I love Thai food.
Okay.
You don't like Thai food, you cannot be my friend.
Wait, what is this again?
It's called son-in-law eggs.
Okay.
Meaning like, so if you look at it, it's basically the way that the moms or the dads kind of how do I explain it? It's basically to like scare the son-in-law because you're frying the egg. Yeah.
Got it.
I have my amazing grace with me. We're heading the beautiful California beach.
Whoa. My favorite house. Wow, she's running really fast. So 好了吗？Sorry, I'm really munching right now. I got sent these clusters. They're like granola clusters. It's for a brand deal. I don't know if there's gonna be any clusters left for me to film. I've been crushing these like nobody's business. My unsponsored, unbiased opinion. These are fire. Anyways, here is our final AI skirt. I'm kind of annoyed that it doesn't look that bad because it would look really bad if I hadn't intervened, you know, it would be a 2. But I'm wearing my original cupcake ruffle top and skirt pattern so you can reference it. Sorry, I'm trying to talk, but I very much still have granola in my mouth. 1 second. Yeah, so you can see some of the main differences. This mesh is, I mean, it's still mesh, it's still a little bit see-through, but it's not that see-through compared to this like waffle situation. This has like more of like a thin, flouncy little, it's more of like a border than like a full-on ruffle, whereas this has some chunky ruffles, and you can see it's quite a bit longer. I really like that the length of this is a little bit more mini. Obviously it's up to you. You could literally make a full length one. Let me just shut up and try it on for you. I'm trying to avoid it because if you think it looks okay now, it looks very, very, very bad on. Oh, by the way, I just wear like little nude shorts under my kind of see-through projects, and I definitely need them for this skirt because look how see-through this is and look how waffle it is. The length is probably the part that's bothering me the most. It's just like way too long. The ruffles are so chunky and just like who would ever wear this? I don't know. I mean, if we're being honest with ourselves, like it technically looks similar-ish to the original, and that makes sense because I basically altered what they gave me to be closer to the original. But you know, like how originally I was planning to try and make it kind of something like salvage into something that someone would want to wear. I just don't think anyone would want to wear this. Actually, one second. My thought is maybe this would be a little bit cuter as a top. I mean, this is significantly better, but the level of see-through is still a bit troubling. Like I'm wearing my, well, okay, and now I'm just groping myself. My nipple cover silicone boob things. I can't tell how visible it is on camera, but like in person, it's just way too see-through. You can fully see the silicone boob cups. So I guess maybe if you could layer this over like a little baby tee. Do I own a white baby tee? Well, that's not anything, is it? You see my vision though, right? Like if this was like a full length, more like bodycon white t-shirt, this maybe wouldn't be that bad. I think there is like some version of a really cool, more like out there kind of crazy, funky, layered outfit that could incorporate this, but I certainly won't be wearing this on the daily. Although I do love these jeans. New pair of jeans. I only have like really low-waisted light wash jeans, and they're just not very practical for like winter when I feel like I really need my stomach covered in the cold. And I don't really know how to show you, but it has these really cool like seams that don't just go straight down the front. They're like diagonal. They're not like completely high-rise where it's like tight around the waist. I don't like that fit on me because I don't have like the smallest waist. I kind of have a big rib cage. So these are like my new like fixation jeans of fall winter. You're gonna be seeing a lot of these guys. Anyway, conclusions from this video. I honestly was nervous to do it because I was like, what if AI cooks really hard and I'm just exposing the fact that AI is going to take our jobs? And I am genuinely like disappointed. Like it's below sort of the expectations I had. I am very curious about what they're using to feed like AI's knowledge of crochet, because obviously there's a lot of photos, but how are they relating like photos and then like stitches or patterns? Like I think because so many patterns are behind a paywall or don't have like that many images associated with it, maybe their ability to identify stitches is not as strong. Because I just thought that like, you know, identifying ribbing, identifying like a triple crochet, like I thought that would be very much within the skill set of AI. I have expressed my surprise that they don't know the construction of a skirt. I kind of want to play around with it and plug in like sewing or like fabric clothing items and see how good they are at sewing patterns. Because my inclination is that if I showed them like a fabric skirt, they would tell me to make it like a circle skirt or like, you know, gather the fabric. Like I wonder if some of the construction stuff is just the limitations of their fiber arts specific knowledge. All in all, I'm not worried about AI taking our jobs anytime soon. And beyond the fact that I didn't get the basic construction, I think like so much of like the details of sizing, making things made to measure or size graded, specifically what yarns to use. Like I think, okay, sorry, I need to take this off because I'm looking at myself in the viewfinder and I look insane. I think those things AI is very far from being able to achieve. So yeah, feeling job secure. I know a lot of people ask me about like how I feel about AI as an influencer content creator. It's interesting to me because yes, I know there are AI influencers. What's that bitch's name? Michaela or something? But to me, I think so much of being a creator is people knowing that you're a real person and feeling connected to you. Like it's filling the void that, or like it's, people don't feel that way about celebrities, right? Because they feel like they're not real people, and that's why you have this phenomenon of a lot of influencers like losing their original fan base when they become too rich or too famous, which I don't support, by the way, because if you really like have a parasocial relationship with this person and care about them, I feel like you should want them to find success. But when they lose their relatability, right, they lose a lot of their charm. And so I think the fact that I am a real person, I don't know, I just can't imagine like listening to a podcast about an AI generated person talking about their depression and being like, oh my God, hashtag felt, because the bitch ain't real. I'm accepting ideas for what to do with this. If anyone wants to purchase this waffle tube, you don't even need to purchase it actually. If you want to pay for shipping to have this waffle tube because you have some sort of styling prowess and you have an idea for it, please let me know, because I'm running out of space under my bed for my projects, and this is the bottom of the tier list in terms of things I want to keep. So, yeeting that on the ground. But thank you guys so much for watching. I don't know if I really want to like tackle the AI topic more. I almost like don't want to give it visibility or exposure. I, for the longest time, didn't know that AI could even like try to generate a pattern. And I'm like, I don't know that I want more people to know that. Even if it like sucks at it. I just think fiber arts is like such a tactile, labor of love, anti-capitalist art form. And so that, and then AI is like so antithetical to me. Anyway, I hope you still enjoyed the video, even though I didn't make anything cute. And thank you so much for watching. As always, I forgot I'm wearing these nude shorts under these jeans, and I have a massive wedgie. Love you guys so much, and see you in the next one.